Hello everyone and welcome back to another Kerbal Space Program video. So in today's video we are going to be flying the Duna Direct mission. Um pretty much it's pretty much this. So this is launch, aerobraking, and landed. Those are the different configurations it has. That's the Kerbin return vehicle. It has the communications antenna right here, the atmospheric aerobraking heat shield, first stage main engines, docking port / parachutes, communications antenna, landing legs, second stage engines, ladder and cargo bay, first stage, and that's the first stage, and it's landed like position basically. So the flight plan is launch inside a 5-meter expanded fairing, aim for Duna, aerobraking entry at Duna, heat shield jettison and parachute deployment, landing gear deployment and reverse thrust, perform science built-in saboteur conversion, regenerates fuel for return, repack parachute, launch for Kerbin, jettison first stage, atmospheric reentry at Kerbin, parachute deployment and landing. So for flight crew, you need a pilot for vessel control because it doesn't always have pilot or vessel control, an engineer for repacking parachutes, and 2 scientists for running science lab. Um, so that's pretty much what this is then, or um that's pretty much the flight plan basically. Now, uh, so now, I just wanna I just wanna talk about one thing real quick. So guys, if you sub, let me know in the comments below after, and also after your name, put in tourist, pilot, engineer, or scientist. I'm basically doing a challenge right now where my next 10 subscribers will get a Kerbal made in their name, er, made with their name, their username. And also, what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna have you vote in the comments below what you want me to do with the Kerbals. The options are send them to like a planet. There's also send them out of the solar system, and then also if you have any other ideas, feel free to just put them in the comments below. Thanks. Okay, so there's gonna be parts in this video where you see basically you see OBS open. That's because I lost a monitor during the making of this video. I got a new one now, but I used to have a monitor that was constantly unplugged and plugged back in. And it like the power thing got really weird. Like it didn't want to work. So, um, right now I will explain what I'm doing. Basically, I'm plotting my intercept to Duna right now. This I didn't put a build time lapse in on this one because I ended up having to um I ended up having to like I basically ended up having to um use one that I already built. I had played this mission before to test it out, and I knew that, and then I tried building a new ship, but it didn't take off correctly, and so it's like, well, okay, I know this way works, and so that's why there's no build time lapse. But yeah, um, but now, I this took quite a while. This took quite a while. Um, it was like I actually, or not quite a while, but I had accidentally pressed the little circle the little circle thing with the lines. It has lines going in and then it has lines going out. It all depends on which way you're facing. It's kind of, if you look at the nav ball right now, it's kind of look. It's basically the net. It's right where it's like right next to where I'm pointing currently on the nav ball. So, so here we go. Now I time warped to the burn, and this burn took 34 seconds, which was actually good. But I had to basically create a burn alarm in my kerbal alarm clock list because um you can't time warp to or you can't warp to next maneuver automatically in you can't warp to next maneuver automatically if you're over an orbit away from your maneuver, so I just created one though I didn't blow by it accidentally. And I stopped at 1 year 169 days 5 hours. Um and I basically was trying to get it so that way we'd run into Duna's atmosphere. That way I didn't have to waste precious fuel. Um like like that way we didn't have to waste precious fuel basically burning to get into a Duna orbit. And so now I'm just time warping around, or time warping almost to my next maneuver. And oh, right there on the screen, I think that might have been an asteroid that shot out, but I'm not actually sure. I've never seen that before. And there we go, and there. And then I close nose cone. I had to warp again. I think I had to revert to a quick save, so here we go. Warp and open solar panels. Direct sunlight blocked by it was blocked a few times, obviously. Um, then we close alarm and unpause. And here we go for the burn now. And so, I was so close with the burn, and then I just used RCS to basically dive bomb. I guess you could say. I just used the RCS to like to dive bomb, to dive bomb. Wait, I don't think I dive bombed actually. Come to think of it, but I used RCS because the engine affected it too much. So here we go. Yeah, I think I did end up dive bombing. Maybe that was just this time though, because here's pretty much what happened. Um, here's pretty much what happened. So, I landed it, and then, or actually, I didn't land it. You'll see what happens. It was so weird. I think actually, now that I think about it, I'll have to look, but actually, yeah, I'm gonna look into what happened because like all of a sudden it just exploded just randomly. So I'm gonna look into what happened. Also on the screen you can see like an Ike eclipse. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. Um, there's also some clouds. Yeah, there I was pointing it out. That's Eve. That would be Eve atmosphere. Um, uh, uh, it's environment visual enhancements, I think. Um, I don't know. I probably just have too many mods or something because I downloaded it and my game started getting a little glitchy sometimes. So, I actually just deleted it, but I think it's honestly an amazing mod. Um, I just deleted it because yeah. Well, so now you'll see what happened here. We were coming in and then wait for it. This happened. You'll see. And there. Yep, no, we crash landed on Duna. Yep. It was pretty random, but there we go. I had to accidentally cut out I lost I was trying to take a screenshot and instead I pressed Control Alt F12, which opened like a basically terminal type thing. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it was like a terminal type thing. And I took the parachutes off to see if maybe that was what was weighing them down. It's not to fly on Duna. you have to jump. But so yeah, there's an Edgar. He just smacked into the ship, and I so to finish my story now, um, I to finish my story now, or I'll read this real quick. We made it. Welcome to Duna, folks. Glad we made it. Now we just have to get home. Yay. Um, so to finish my story, I accidentally pressed Control Alt F12 instead of print screen, and um, I then realized, wait, or no, and then it opened like a terminal type thing. I couldn't get out of it, and so I had to reset my computer. And so sadly, when I tried to do the landing part, it didn't wanna, it like the recording failed or something. So yeah, I I now replanted the flag. It says, "Welcome to Duna, folks. This is, or welcome to Duna, one and all. This is trip of a lifetime. Literally, we might be here for our lifetime or something like that. I think it says something like that. But then we have Ag Aguilar Kerman, who jumped out and got next to the flag. I'm trying to line him up perfectly next to the flag. So there we go. And then we have Ronzer. He jumped off the side. He didn't bother going down the ladder, and um, I I upped all their visors, and then there we go. We have a Ike in the background there. I also love what it did to Ike. That was cool too. Um, there, flash screenshot. Took like 10 of them. um, so yeah. So sorry if you are like don't like the flash, then look away real quick. And now it's gone, so don't worry about it. Um, I then I got the scientists back in, and I deal fresh samples, and I did the. I don't think Ike moves. But I got the samples back in, or I got the scientists back in, and started performing science and transmitted some, and there. Yeah, look at Ike. It seems like it never moves. And then I just clicked on it to transmit all the data. Got all the kerbals back in. Or actually, no, I had an Edgar, our pilot, I believe. Or maybe not pilot, I'm not for sure. But he went over and sampled this rock. He got an EVA report, and and there appear to be traces of water in the soil, so that's perfect. So he fell down quite a few times when trying to land, and there we go. We got him back in, board, got Phil Gun. We got Phil Gun back in, and he boarded, and then I retracted all the ladders. And then I had troubles getting that one retracted, but then here's what happens. Wait for it. I was recharging it, and then, yeah, there's OBS again. I restarted recording. Um, I had Ronzer go for another EVA. He really wanted to go for an EVA, so that way he could faceplant on the ground. And really, he just really wanted to do a night EVA. He thought it would be amazing, and he wanted to do a night EVA. That way he could smack his head on the ship. He's 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 very smart. He wanted to do a night EVA, see what it was like to smack your head on a ship during the night. And here we go. This happened. Yeah, I didn't realize I lost an engine. I lost the landing gear, or I lost the landing leg and an engine. So yeah, it worked. It really worked. I fell down again. I was like, I'll just retract the landing gear. No, I won't. And then I I used RCS to like lift us off so that way we stayed straight when we lifted off, and I turned off the one engine, and yeah, no, it wasn't very easy to take off. Like, you'll see what happened here, and bye bye. And so this required quite a bit of extra delta V, and so I ended up just having to I ended up just having to like basically I ended up um you'll see it in a little bit here, but there we go again. And I ended up having to hack infinite fuel so that way we could get home because I really wanted to show you guys how cool it is when you land. The parachutes are cool. The way that it re-enters is very cool. And there we go. Um, I just stopped the burn, or I just stopped the maneuver node to just do my own little burn, or to restart a new one. And I opened the nose cone back up. I guess I just do that because that's just like, the dragon capsule does that, and so I just do that. I don't know why, but I do. I like, you know how the dragon capsule does that? Like I think my audio just clipped there for a second. But you know how the dragon capsule does that where it like opens its nose cone in space and I think it reveals like some or not reveals, but it like or it like shows some like I don't know, it shows like some sort of um it shows like some sort of I think I'm not sure though. But it shows like navigation or something. And then here we go. See, look on the bottom, the 2 minutes is red, so that's when I ended up having to hack the infinite fuel. And then this happened. Um, I don't know, but whenever I press F12 when I'm in Kerbal Space Program, like that's also my key that's binded to screenshots, and I've tried to change that, but it doesn't ever want to change. It seems like. Um, but so that's the key that's binded to screenshots, and sometimes it glitches. So here we are again. Now I had to retry the burns and stuff. And I just decided, I'm not gonna go for what the burn says. I'm just gonna do my own little thing, my own little burn by myself. Um, and it worked really well. I wanted to get more lined up with Kerbin, and then I created a maneuver right there. But I wanted to get a little bit more lined up with Kerbin, or like on Kerbin's inclination before I went home. There we go. I wanted to check something in um I wanted to check something in OBS, and then we got to the burn and we burned for a minute, which is actually way shorter because I fast forwarded the footage, as you could probably tell as I did through basically most of this video. I think the whole thing is fast forward did I think. I think that's how you would say that. But here we go. We got our encounter, and that's where it went red, and that's where I knew like I wouldn't be able to have burned anymore. So that's when I ended up having to hack infinite fuel. Or infinite propellant, but that's not something I really like to do. I like to try to keep it all no cheats. And then all of a sudden that happened. I don't know why, um but yeah. It also says wait for that that's the inside. Okay. But that thing, the door says wait for fog or no, wait for pressurize or depressurization. Um Here we go. We're ending the burn and there we go. Stop. And then I focused on Kerbin. You'll see in just a bit. Focus. Zoomed in and adjusted so that way or I tried burning retrograde and found out it was gonna take, I don't know, it was gonna take too long for me. So, I just used RCS in the end. I used RCS and yeah, you'll just see what happens. Okay. And I had to go do something really quick. So, here we go. I'm now time warping. I got it all. You saw what happened, I'm sure, but I just got it all like, I got it all lined up the way I wanted it to. Then realized, hey, wait a second. It's not gonna, or it was too high, I thought. Maybe I was wrong, but and so I ended up burning to lower it. I retracted those solar panels, and then I pointed, I don't know, I think it's radial in and radial out. And you can point like that, and that happens. And here go the solar panels in three, two, one, now. There go the solar panels. Um, so there, that's the really cool part about the the way it re-enters. It like re-enters pretty cool in a pretty cool way, I think. And then started freaking out because the parachute wasn't deploying and looked like we were losing altitude constantly, or too much altitude, and so I was like freaking out. And then there go the drogues, there go the big chutes. That's the coolest part about this thing actually, is that it has drogue chutes that automatically cut, or it like deploys drogue chutes, and then after it gets to like a certain height or something, it just automatically cuts them and opens the main chutes. This took quite a while. As you can see, we're moving at literally like 2 meters a second. So it honestly took quite a while. Um, and over, if you look down at Nedgar Kerman, yeah, you can tell he's wearing his helmet. Not exactly sure why. I guess maybe the game just like counts it as like pressurized or depressurized cargo or something. I don't know, but hey, while we're parachuting down, might as well say this. If you're liking this video, why not go down there just below? There's a thumbs up button. Do that. Give it a like, please. And also, if you and also subscribe and click the bell for notifications. There, done. Probably heard me earlier in this video talk about my challenge. Definitely, uh, definitely should do that. Definitely should put in either engineer, pilot, scientist, or oh my gosh, why can't I remember what it's called? It's called the tourist. And also don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. Okay. Now I will here we go. Now I am basically, there's below. There's where it gets depressurized, and there's the whole thing. There's the whole deal. I kind of went around, and then we lost control because there's this mod called free IVA, which is free, I think it's intervehicular activities. It just gives you basically ability to move around in cabins. It's the little thing that you sometimes see on I get on the launch pad and stuff like that. I yeah. So now there we go. I splashed down and flipped over. I think you're kind of supposed to land on the land, but it's fine. I tried to flip back over. It didn't work too well. So I just recovered vessel, and right about now you should see an end screen with video and subscribe button. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great day.